Okay, putting a little video together about recycling from an old fart. Today we're modern. We're recycling. Yeah, you know what? If you don't make the damn trash in the first place, you wouldn't have to recycle the funky stuff. Some things are a joke. Today's modern recycling. And that's primarily a joke. Let's go back to the old days, the 50s, let's say. For example, we didn't get our pickles in a little glass jar with a metal lid that needs to be recycled. No, we got it from a thing called a pickle barrel. You could bring your own little container or whatever and stuff your pickles in it. That was one way. And then we also had a thing called this you may not recognize. This is called a glass. We use that over and over again. We didn't use these here plastic cups or this styrofoam cup, because you know what? Once you're done using them cups, you're going to toss it in the can. Most likely they can't recycle it. So it winds up in the beaches or in the ocean somewhere. So we can suck it up as a fish. And then, of course, we can eat the fish. That's delicious. We'll put some of those plastic compounds in our fish and then consume them. That'll make us all real healthy. You know what? This is a joke. Recycling is a joke. Recycling is not generating trash to begin with, and you don't have to recycle it. Example again. Here's some more. If you're going to have a picnic, you don't need plastic plates. They're going to use the damn things for about 30 seconds. So why don't you use these paper plates? And the same goes for these cups here. Who wants to use this styrofoam cup, a plastic cup? You know what? If you're out on a picnic, why don't you just use a paper cup? That recycles real quick. We didn't buy 5 screws in a bubble pack with cardboard backing. We didn't buy little washers and everything else in it. Just about they sell in a hardware store comes in a bubble pack. It was loose. And here's a bonus. I didn't scoot through 32 aisles looking, where do you keep your bubble packs of screws? Actually, what they'd have is just a counter. And then you'd ask this guy, and then he'd go reach back on one of his wooden shelves and scoop the little hardware things that you ordered right into a paper bag. It was, number one, service. Number two is it wasn't a pile of bubble packs. And you didn't have to scoot all around the store blowing your legs out. And then when we got milk in the old days, guess what it came in? Whoa, look at that. That's what it came in. Went back to the dairy, and then they washed it and took care of things and refilled it. And they probably used that bottle about 1,000 million times. And you know what? Here's a surprise to you. It's a secret recipe, and it's very difficult to brew coffee at home. That way you don't have to go out and spend 5 times as much money, Soda bottles. They were bottles. Soda bottles, actual bottles. Again, we drink out of them. They'd wash them out at the factory, refill them. Again, we use them about 1,000 times. But no, not today. We're going to drink out of that plastic bottle and toss it right in the old can. Oh, don't worry. They'll recycle it. Well, I got news for you. 80% of the plastic bottles we use do not get recycled. I repeat, 80% of the plastic bottles we are consuming for our water, soda, and all the other crap is not recycled. You want clean, pure water? Buy an osmosis device and use one of these things. One of those antique glasses. Oh, and then when we went to clean our dishes, yes, we did use dishes and plates. We actually used one of these. That's called a sponge, and this here is called a washcloth. Oh, but that's not clean or sanitary. Well, I'll tell you what. Wash your plates, put them in a dishwasher, and believe it or not, a dishwasher actually uses less water than washing in the sink. And most of us do have dishwashers. Just stick your sponge and washcloth in the dishwasher. Cycle it through with the dishes. You know what I mean? You pre-rinse it. Instead of using 2 cycles for wash, 2 cycles for dry. Turn the heat off on the dishwasher. You don't need that anyway. Only run 1 cycle on the dishwasher, and you got your washcloth, sponge, and all your plates all clean. Oh, here's another goodie. Oh, man, egg cartons. What the hell are those? Well, that, my friend, is what was made out of newspaper. They recycled newspaper. Not only did we use those cartons made out of recycled newspaper, but we actually took it back to the egg lady or man, and they'd reuse it again and again and again. They didn't use the styrofoam egg containers. Now, styrofoam's not recyclable, So I can guarantee you that is going to end up somewhere on a dump for 1,000 years. Oh, and then we have the packaging. Packaging. That's the biggest joke of all. Look at this guy, a banana in a styrofoam with a plastic wrap. You know what? Bananas already come with their own wrapping. It's called a peel. You can use them that way, you know. When we used to buy meat, guess what? The butcher would wrap it in wax paper. Oh, imagine that. No, we got to have a styrofoam tray. Let's put some more plastic and let that soak into our meat before we eat it. Good old styrofoam meat containers. The butcher would actually do it right there. It'd be fresh. It wouldn't be like 7 hours old or 8 hours. I know that's a foreign concept as well. No, we're too good for that. And then this all started right off in the beginning by going grocery shopping. No, we didn't have a pile of plastic bags. What we used was paper bags. I know a lot of people don't like paper bags. Guess what? Technology has advanced itself beyond belief. They have these things called cloth bags. Why don't you use one? You can use them over and over about 1 million times. You know, yeah, it's fine. Bring some plastic bag home. Use them for trash can liners. But for the majority of your shopping, why not just use this silly bag? Silly me. And then we like our homes with huge foyers. Oh, let's heat them up. We don't want our guest coming into the cool. Same goes for hotels and businesses. Oh, we need this big reception area. You know what? You're not going to spend any time there. You're not sleeping in the lobby. At least not for long. They'll kick your ass out. So why don't we just have a little lobby that's not really all that heated, because you're going to go to a room which is probably heated. Why do we have these huge lobbies? Looks pretty. Guess who's paying for the heat? While we send ourselves to doomsday with our energy cost. As far as paper bags, you know what we used to do after we went shopping? We'd actually stick them underneath this old Kelvinator. You know, that way if we needed a trash can liner or we needed a bag, we just reach under the old refrigerator. Oh, note, the kid's not drinking from a styrofoam cup. Amazing, amazing. I guess we don't really need paper towels, styrofoam cups, and all that other wonderful stuff, actually, do we? We started off by saying America generates the most trash of any country in the world. Well, let's see how we ended up. You know, today, not only are we bad enough to generate trash, but then we put our trash in more trash. Another plastic bag that's going to last about 1 million years on the dump. Is this stupid or what? Here's what we used to use in the old days. It was called a trash can. As a matter of fact, not only was it a trash can, we didn't just go buy a plastic one at the store. It was usually somebody's old 55-gallon drum that they tossed out. You could use that banged-up booger for years. And then eventually, you take that trash can, when it's really no longer fit for anything, it's either rusted, which means it's basically decomposed and just about ready for the dump anyway, or you could send that off to a recycler today. I know. I didn't have college. I didn't have the high-tech recycling abilities. Few of us did in the 50s, but you know what? We did more recycling then without even knowing we were recycling. Because number one, we didn't generate that amount of trash. Number two, we didn't even have that much to recycle because we used it over and over and over and over again. They were called cloth towels. Use them. They were called sponges, washcloths. Well, either do that or don't enjoy the beach because, well, when you dump it in the dumps, not all of it winds up there. I'm sure many of it is subcontracted out to send to some foreign firm who's going to handle it, who happened on the way with the big old ship. It fell overboard. Oh, look, what a lovely beach. You know, that's just swell. I'm sure everything's on the honesty and up with these trash haulers. Face reality, friends. If you're out about 100 miles in the ocean, psst, nobody sees me. Doomp. I know. Just another cranky old fart. But it's just one of those things that bug me again. You know, if we don't make the trash to begin with, we won't have it. Some things are new that are old again, and other old things should be new. Just another one of my little silly video rants, and thanks for watching. Bye.